Hi, it's Jane, and today has just been one of those days. It is Sunday, and I am filming this Sunday. Normally I don't do that. Normally I wait and film it Monday, but today started out just one of those days. I got out to the car to go pick up my friend to go to church. Went to start the car, and the car is completely dead. Battery is dead. It's raining. Now it's snowing. You know, fun stuff. I have continued to work on my shawl, that sugar blush shawl, and I'm almost done. I have about this much left of this skein, and I do believe I am going to go ahead and do both skeins with that. I have continued to work on the Tarnation a little bit here and there. I thought I would show you that. I did change my yarn because I finished this skein here. So I did do the last row in a darker purple, and the stitch that I was practicing on that we will be doing Tuesday is the full stitch, the Tarnation full stitch. This stitch is a two row pattern, repeat. You do just a little something different on each row. So I did go ahead and get that worked up ahead of time, as well as doing that with the baby blanket as well. I've continued working on my honeycomb, the painted honeycomb afghan too, but I'm not going to show that because that's over across the way. Let me smack the cat who's trying to scratch at things. But this weekend, my friend and I went to a couple of stores. We went shopping, had a $5 reward at Michael's, so we went to Michael's. And while I was there, I found a skein of this. This is Loops and Threads Impeccable Stripes, and it is a 100% acrylic. It's number 4 in the color Cool Mint Stripe. There was only one, so I did pick it up. Got it for $2. And then, as I was walking past, I saw this, and it is a Loops and Threads Ombre Hues. Oh my, that is so pretty. So pretty. Now this says it is a number 3, and it definitely does look like a number 3. Very thin, although there's a part of me that says that's closer to a very thin 3. But this color is called Plum Pink White. So I just found it very beautiful. So I did pick that up. Some of you watch Summer's Tips and Stitches, and Summer has been on this kick for that Granny Raglin baby sweater. And that was on my list to do next, so I'm gonna do it. Thank you, Summer, for getting that in my head. Then we went out to Ben Franklin's, and our Ben Franklin's this weekend was their 43rd anniversary. So many items they had marked down 43% off, and some of that was fabric. So I did pick up 2 fabrics. I'm not going to show you those because they're just some basic fabrics, and for a project that I have in mind. But so it was 43% off of fabric, but you had to buy at least a yard. But while I was there walking around, and I know I shouldn't, I really shouldn't, but they had some Premier Sweet Roll in the Frosty. Of course, this is $4.99. So I picked up 2 skeins, or 2 cakes. This is 245 yards. It's 5 ounces that's in here, and this is in the color Strawberry Shortcake. Now, I know they always tell you get the centers alike, but I couldn't do that. So I just picked these up. I figured they're close enough. I can make it work. So I did get that. Then afterwards, we went to lunch. Had a very nice lunch. We like to go to Olive Garden. That's one of our favorites. And it was very interesting because while we were there, I had a birthday coupon for a dessert, so we split the dessert. But behind us were 2 ladies that had been at Ben Franklin's too. So we started talking to them, and they were very interesting. One of the ladies was showing off on her Facebook. There's a woman that had 90 quilts that she donated somewhere, I want to say in Maryland, to a foster care and group or something like that. But they were talking about that, and then we just started chit-chatting, a little bit. And I told them about, because they make quilts, and I told them about Sleep in Heavenly Peace so that they could look that up, because, she made mention about, yes, she likes to give away her quilts to different places, like the Gatehouse, which is our local hospice, which is a great place to donate those things. But there are a lot of other places that you can donate, so, that was just something that I had suggested. And afterwards, we decided to go to Hobby Lobby. And of course, Hobby Lobby has their yarn on sale, 30% off. I did get some yarn. I got some beads because I wanted to work on a project with some beads. And then I picked up some stickers because I have a couple of the composition books that I want to transform into some different type of journals, like prayer journal, gratitude journal, that kind of thing. So I picked up some stickers for those. I already have paper and stuff to put on the front. So anyway, I did pick up a skein of this. This is called Emerald Pine. I love this yarn. And of course it's, I want to say it's 3.5, no, it's, how many ounces is it? Do they tell you how many ounces? It's 5 ounces, so there are 5 ounces there. I did have this, a little bit of this, but I needed some more for a project, so I did pick that up. And then I walked through and found this one that I hadn't seen before, or hadn't gotten before, which is basically called Shocking Violet. And I thought, I'll bet that will look good in my pinwheel afghan. So I picked that up for that. Should I have done shopping? Probably not, but I did. Had a little bit of fun with that. So, yeah, kind of doing that. I think that is about it for anything new that's going on here, as far as that kind of stuff goes. I do have some more bags that are cut that I'm working on this week. Hopefully I should have them up by the end of the week. That is my goal. And yeah, I think that is it for now. So, you ready for a little water and tarnation? Water and tarnation. Now this story was a little bit of an interesting story because there is video, of course. It's a highway horseplay on dashcam. Escaped equine corralled with deputies' help. A wayward horse who found itself galloping along a Tennessee roadway is back where it belongs thanks to the help of a deputy. The entire incident in Hamilton County, Tennessee was caught on video, which you can see the video. It happened amid reports of slick roads and drivers needing help on Tuesday. It's last Tuesday. Hamilton County Sheriff Deputy Ricardo Santiago was expecting to head to calls of that nature, but instead he was spurred to saddle up to go help with a high hoof chase. As you can see, he found the horse and drove near it to keep it away from the speeding traffic. Eventually, a trailer arrived on the scene to help take the horse back safely to its corral. Animals, they can get into such trouble. And this one I found interesting. Burning. Police rescue circus animals from burning trailer on Indiana highway. Police and sheriff's officials say they rescued circus animals, including zebras and camels, on Saturday when a tractor trailer hauling them caught fire while traveling on an Indiana highway. Traffic on northbound Interstate 65 near Marion, Indiana, was blocked when the vehicle hauling the animals caught fire at 2 a.m., according to the Grant County, Indiana Sheriff's Department. Officials said Indiana State Trooper Edward Titus and Grant County Deputy Joshua Kennedy entered the trailer and were able to rescue the animals. The pair, along with a worker for the Shrine Circus in Fort Wayne, rescued 5 zebras, 4 camels, and a miniature horse from the trailer. Additional officers on the scene were able to secure all the animals until other trucks from the Shrine Circus arrived. No animals were injured or missing, but Titus and Kennedy were treated for smoke inhalation. Preliminary crash investigation by the state police revealed that equipment failure was the cause of the fire. Grateful to report that all the animals involved have been rescued safely. No harm to our furry friends. The truck fire kept the interstate's northbound lanes closed until about 6:30 a.m. Then we have, now this one I would like to go, I would be one that would do what this one woman did, I think, in this one. Kentucky convenience store bathrooms transforms into disco clubs. A chain of Kentucky convenience stores are attracting visitors and going viral online for an unusual feature, a button that turns the bathroom into a disco dance party. 6 Hop Shops locations in northern Kentucky have big red buttons installed in their bathrooms with a sign reading, "Do not push this button." Mary Moss, the manager at the Hop Shop in Walton, said a winking photo of mascot Hopper the Frog on the sign is meant to indicate to the customers that they should actually push the button, and it's an experience she recommends. Pushing the button activates colored lights, a disco ball, and music in the bathroom, turning it into a miniature dance club. The bathrooms have proven to be a big draw, with workers at the Hop Shops reporting that many people come into the stores just to experience the disco bathrooms. Videos documenting what happens when someone pushes a button have gone viral on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I had a 60-year-old woman who came out of the bathroom and told me it was the best day of her life, Moss told WDKY-TV. Ann Gilbert, a manager of human resources at a parent company, Valor Oil, said the disco bathrooms were the brainchild of the company's vice president of retail marketing, Damon Bale. The first bathroom was installed at the Hop Shop in Verona, February 2023, proved to be such a big hit that the company started expanding to other locations, with the 6th disco bathroom opening earlier this month in Florence. And in the video, there's a young lady that on one of her birthdays, she took several of her friends to all of those bathrooms. I might be caught doing that. And sometimes babies just can't wait to be born, can they? Even in the middle of a snowstorm. Baby born in McDonald's parking lot in Wisconsin. A baby impatient to meet the world was born in the parking lot of a Wisconsin McDonald's when his parents weren't able to get to the hospital in time. And Alicia Beck, 25, said she initially thought her contractions were Braxton Hicks. Oh yeah, false labor. So she ignored them and tried to go to sleep, but moments later, her water broke. Beck summoned her mother to watch over her other children, and when she arrived, Beck and her husband, Daniel, set off for the hospital. We were in the car for like 2 minutes when I was like, "Daniel, you have to pull over. I feel like I'm sitting on the baby's head," she told Today.com. At that point, I knew he was coming and we weren't going to make it to the hospital. The couple pulled over in the parking lot of a McDonald's eatery, and Daniel called 911 while Beck climbed into the back of the SUV. I pushed 3 times and he came out. The paramedics barely made it, but they were there to catch him. Baby Micah was born at 8 pounds 6 ounces. The couple said they've been calling him Little McFlurry in honor of his birthplace and the snowy weather. Sometimes things happen that you don't expect to happen, like statues that are missing have been found, but the reason is interesting. City's missing statue turns up after nearly 30 years in a local yard. A statue that went missing from Louisville, Kentucky, nearly 30 years ago has been returned to the city by a man who had it in his backyard. David Greer said his father worked at a renovation project in 1996 at the Belvedere, an elevated event space in downtown Louisville, when he brought the statue home. Dad said they tossed it to the side and he asked if he could have it, and they said sure. That's where its life began, at our house, he told WLKY-TV. The statue depicts the Greek god Pan playing a flute. Playing a flute. I didn't have any clue what it was. I mean, it was just this little guy playing a flute, and I was like, it's art. His sister, Sherry Eccles, said. Greer said he decided to do some research into the statue's history in December and discovered the Louisville Metro Police Public Arts Department had been searching for the artwork, which was created by artist Charlotte Price. He put 2 and 2 together, reached out to the city and said, "Hey, I think we have something that belongs to you." So he was very interested in returning it to the city, and we're very happy to have it back, said Jessica Kincaid, director of the city's Office of Arts and Creative Industries. Kincaid said the statue is still in good condition despite nearly 3 decades without proper upkeep and is now being appraised for the city. She said the city will decide soon where the statue will be installed. Greer said he's happy to have the statue returned to where it belongs, just as long as it goes wherever it needs to be, to put it back for people to see it again, he told Louisville Public Media. Beavers can be quite damaging. They can be good for the environment, but sometimes their adventures run amok. Beaver blamed for Texas road washing away in the rain. Officials in Texas County said a beaver was to blame for the neighborhood's main access road being washed away in the rain. Polk County Emergency Management warned residents on social media that a sizable area of Crystal Lakes West, the main access road for Crystal Lakes subdivision in Livingston, washed away amid heavy rains. Polk County Precinct said a beaver dam blocked a pipe in a culvert running underneath the roadway, causing a flood that loosened the dirt and washed the roadway. Officials said the road is being repaired with a dump truck filled with dirt, and the process is expected to take up to 8 hours. Oh. And then we have our little furry friends that wear tuxedos and cause havoc on runways. Flight delayed by penguin on the runway at New Zealand airport. A plane was delayed at New Zealand's Wellington International Airport due to a well-dressed hazard on a runway, a penguin. The airport said on social media that the unusual little visitor wandered onto the tarmac, leading airport staff scrambling to get the flightless bird to safety. An airport spokesman said Air Chatham's flight had been preparing to take off when the blue penguin, or Aurora, wandered out onto the runway. The pilot and passengers patiently waited while Wellington Airport staff raced out to collect and help the visitor Our runway sensors were reading 50 degrees at the time, so it's no wonder they weren't particularly happy. I guess that's about 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty hot. Jack Haworth, the airport's wildlife officer, took the penguin to the Wellington Zoo to be checked out. Zoo veterinarian said the penguin was a 6-week-old fledgling. Though thin, hungry, and a little underweight, the fledgling was otherwise in good health, a zoo spokesman told stuff.co.nz. The penguin was put on a weight gain diet by veterinarians and will be cared for until its feathers become waterproof, officials said. Now, let me get the devotional, but I'm going to tell you a little story that happened to me. Last night, Connie of Just Another Stitch and I, the scammers that, friend you, and because I do have this channel and I do have the Etsy, many times people contact me through Facebook. You never know if it's a scammer or if it's actually a real person seeking information, whatever. I had someone contact me last night and was busy trying to convince me that he is my late husband. He loves me, and supposedly he is coming home today. He was upset with me because I hadn't picked him up in the airport, in the Philadelphia International Airport in March. He called, but I wouldn't answer. I don't know if this guy is delusional, a scammer, or what. But I found it rather interesting, and I listened to his tale. He listed a lot about my life details, which can all be found on Facebook. So I figure it's probably a scammer. But I just found it interesting that he seems to think he's my late husband. So, there's that. All right, are you ready for a little devotional? We are reading out of Promises from God's Heart. These are God's promises from the heart for when you are discouraged. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. And I'm going to tell you that verse has played its way throughout my life for many years. Many years. Next one is, a man who endures trials is blessed, because when he passes a test, he will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love him. That comes from James 1:12. You will succeed if you carefully follow the statutes and ordinances the Lord commanded Moses for Israel. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged. 1 Chronicles 22:13. Why, my soul, are you downcast? Why so disturbed with me? Put your hope in God, for I will yet praise him, my Savior and my God. Psalm 42, verse 11. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Matthew 11:29. But as for you, be strong, don't be discouraged, for your work has a reward. 2 Chronicles 15:7. I have said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world. John 16:33. I can do all this through him who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. The Lord is the one who will go before you. He will be with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. Do not be afraid or discouraged. Deuteronomy 31:11. 8. And that is it for today's podcast. As always, be kind to one another, love one another. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.